Hey guys, so today I'm filming my Hit It or Quit It thoughts on hauls number 10. I will have my playlist linked down below as well as the original haul video and a list of all the items that I'm mentioning. So my inspiration for this series was It's Kirsten. She does a series called What I Thought on Stuff I Bought. I will have her channel and her playlist of those videos linked down below. This haul video was posted in June 2014, and this was the first month that I started doing haul videos monthly. Before then I did them like every couple months, but from here on out they are monthly hauls. So in this haul video I got some things from the UK, a lot of Milani, and some random drugstore products. I only had one high-end item in this haul, and that would be the Urban Decay Naked 2 palette, and my friend Ashley bought this for me as a graduation gift. So the fact that I graduated college almost a year ago is really crazy to me. But anyway, this is what the Urban Decay Naked 2 palette looks like. We have a great variety of 12 cool tone shadows, which I love. I actually am really in love with both warm tones and cool tones. I don't have a favorite. For me, it kind of depends on like the time of year and the colors I'm wearing in my outfit. So I like either. And Urban Decay shadows have a great formula. I own YDK and T's in single form, so I kind of tend to reach for those more. I think I'm probably one of the only people that prefer single shadows over a palette. I don't know why, but it's so much easier for me to create looks picking shadows from a bunch of random palettes or single form than it is to go straight using one palette, which doesn't make a lot of sense to me because most of the time when brands put together a palette, it's so that the shadows will work together to make a look. So I have no idea why I am that way. It's kind of interesting. But needless to say, I do not use this palette as much as I should. I honestly don't use any of my naked palettes very much, which is a shame because I like had to have them all. The formula is really great, so I'm gonna make sure that I use this more. This is something that I reach for a lot in the winter time, so I'm going to make myself use this a lot more. I need to do that with all of my palettes, honestly, because like I said, I reach for singles over palettes, or I reach for the MAC and Makeup Geek palettes that I put together myself. So now moving on to the couple of things I got from the UK. My mom and sister had gone to London and a couple other places for my sister's senior trip, and I asked them to get me a few things. The first thing was the Bourjois chocolate bronzer, and this is the shade 51, and this is what it looks like. I wish I would have gotten the shade 52 because 51 is a lot more warm tone, can definitely look a little bit orange. So this is only a bronzer I can use in the summertime. Otherwise it is much too orange for my fair skin tone. And it does smell a little bit like chocolate, but mostly it smells like sunscreen. But it doesn't really matter to me. The packaging is really cute. The formula of the bronzer is really nice, but this is not one of my holy grail favorite bronzers. So I was kind of thinking it was going to be better than it is, so not worth the hype for me, but I'm really happy to have it. The next thing I had purchased was the Soap & Glory Brow Archery Pencil in Love is Blonde. One side was a brow pencil and the other side was a eyebrow marker, and I liked that but did not love it. I would not go out of my way to purchase it again. It was not my favorite formula or method of applying product to my brows. And lastly, from my UK goodies were the Berry M Jelly Polishes, which are not our traditional jelly formula. They are like a gel polish, opaque in 2 coats, very shiny and long lasting. I purchased 3 shades. We have Prickly Pear, which is a pretty lilac. Then we have Blueberry, which is what I'm wearing today, which is a really pretty periwinkle color. And lastly, we have Greenberry, which is a neon turquoise teal mint shade all together. I've never found a polish quite like this, so this one is my favorite out of 3 because it is the most unique, but I love them all. These are all colors that I really gravitate towards, and I really like this formula. I really wish we could get Berry M here in the States. I know that there are some websites you can buy them from, so I'll have to look at that because the jelly formula is incredible. I would love to try out more of the colors, so if you are ever able to get your hands on these, I definitely recommend them. So now moving on to the Milani stuff. Some of these I purchased from the Milani website and the rest were purchased from CVS during the semi-annual beauty clearance. So first, starting with the things I bought online, I made the order because of some limited edition items, which were their matte baked bronzers. I do have a review on these I'll link for you guys. So I really hope that they can make these permanent because they are really great formula of products. So this is the lightest shade, number 8 Sunset, which I'm using as a bronzer today. And the other shade, which is the darker of the two, is number 7 Sienna. And these bronzers actually have a light chocolatey scent to them, which is really cool. So these are both warm tone without being too orange. For me with fair skin, it's kind of on the line. So if you have a little bit more of a medium skin tone, I think that these would work really well on you and be warm but not orange. But if you are even more fair than me, I think that these are going to be a little bit too warm for your skin. But the formula of these is really, really nice, and they're very, very smooth, pigmented, and blendable. So I really wish that Milani would make these permanent because the formula is incredible. I do like this more than the Bourjois. So then I purchased 2 other things online so I could get free shipping. First would be the Milani Brow and Eye Highlight in the shade number 2 Matte Cream Luminous Lift. I only use the matte side. I don't use a shimmer side. I've used quite a bit of this and I really, really love it. It is a nice matte cream like it says. It really helps sharpen and define my brows, so I really, really enjoy the formula of that. Very pigmented and blendable. The last thing I got was the Milani Eyeshadow Primer. This is my favorite primer. I used to really love e.l.f., which does work nice, but would sometimes still leave me with creasing eyeshadow. I do not have that problem with the Milani. It lasts way longer. It's in a really nice sanitary squeeze tube, so I love the Milani Shadow Primer, my favorite shadow primer of all time. So now moving on to the rest of my Milani items, which I purchased during the CVS semi-annual beauty clearance. The first 3 were some of the Milani Shadow Eyes pencils. These came out in the Natural Chic collection, which was limited edition. Then Milani made it permanent, and then they discontinued 3 of the 6 shades that they had made permanent. Like, that whole process did not make sense to me, but I'm happy that I have 5 of the 6. So the 3 that were discontinued, first we have Sand Dunes, which is a metallic taupe. We have Golden Bronze, which is a metallic golden bronze. Lastly, we have Espresso Line, which is a matte deep brown. So I definitely need to use those particular shades more, but I love the Milani Shadow Eyes pencils. They're really easy formula to work with. They do not crease. They last all day. Those are my favorite shadow stick line. My last Milani item is a Duo Sharpener, which I don't know why they discontinued this. That doesn't make sense to me, but I was happy to get it on a discount. So it has a hole for regular pencils and jumbo pencils. This works really, really great at sharpening my pencils evenly, so I really, really love this. And everything else is some random drugstore items that I picked up here and there throughout my last month at school. So first would be the e.l.f. Flawless Concealer Brush. I use this every single day with my NYX Dark Circle Correct. So this brush really helps to blend any product into the skin while keeping it opaque. I love this especially with cream products, not as much with liquid, but I really, really enjoy this. It's only $3 and well worth the money. The next thing I had purchased was the Maybelline Instant Age Rewind Dark Circle Eraser, and I had purchased the brightener shade. This is Fair. The brightener is the pink tone shade. I purchased that one a couple times, and that is the one I think I'm going to go back to because that's the color that suits my skin tone best. But I love this product for highlighting. I think the sponge tip applicator is really nice. It does not gross me out. It just really helps me to apply the product. This is a really nice thin consistency that has like a satin finish, so I really love this for my under eyes and for highlighting. The next thing was a repurchase. This is the NYX Stay Matte But Not Flat Powder Foundation in the shade number 2 Nude. Right now this is too dark for me and I use the shade number 1 Ivory, but this is a great powder. This does keep you matte but not looking flat. The powder has a little bit of luminosity to it, which doesn't show up like glow on the skin, but it also doesn't make me look dry and cakey. So my favorite powder ever. I do go through this kind of quick, but that is what happens with all pressed powders to me, is I just go through them super fast, but it gives great medium coverage, keeps me matte pretty well, so this is my favorite powder. The next thing was a blush from Physicians Formula, one of their powder palette blushes in brunettes, and that was a really pretty shimmery peach shade, and I just wasn't reaching for it, so I decided to give it to my mom because she really likes peach blushes as well, and I have like 50 million of them, and I just figured since I wasn't using that, I would pass it on to somebody else. It was a really nice formula. It was a really pretty natural color, but it just wasn't a must-have for me because I have so many peach blushes. The next product was another repurchase. This is the Maybelline Define-A-Brow in the shade Dark Blonde. I have purchased this several times, one of my holy grail brow products. It has a really nice fine point, not as precise as the NYX Micro Brow or the Anastasia, but still very small. I use this today. I like to help map out my brows with this, fill in the tail and square off the front. a really great formula, lasts well throughout the day. Unfortunately, they only have 3 or 4 shades in the line, but the formula is incredible. I really love and recommend this brow pencil. The next thing I purchased was an eyeshadow. This is a L'Oreal Infallible shadow in the shade Amber Rush, which is a stunning rose gold. People have been raving about this forever, but I had never purchased it, but one week L'Oreal was 40% off at Rite Aid, so I decided to pick it up, and it is just so gorgeous, metallic, and really pigmented. I do have a tutorial using this that I will link for you guys. And this is my only Infallible. I think the colors in the line are really pretty but kind of basic, and I already have them from other lines, but I really love that shade. I think it's super beautiful. This would look different but beautiful on all skin tones. Next, I had purchased 2 mascaras, which are some of my holy grails. The first one would be the Maybelline Colossal Cat Eyes. I love this for length. The scoop brush really helps hug my lashes and pull them up. I really love the natural bristle brush as well. Then I have Rimmel Lash Accelerator, also a natural bristle brush. This gives some really nice length, volume separation, and a lot of black pigment, so I love this mascara as well. They work really well together, and both of them are holy grails to me. The last item was a NYX Butter Gloss. This is in the shade Peaches and Cream, a really nice vibrant pinky coral. I love the NYX Butter Glosses. They're my favorite holy grail lip glosses. This gives about a medium coverage on me, but it really does depend on the natural pigmentation of your lips, and I love that color. It is definitely a must-have for summer. So guys, that was my hit it or quit it thoughts on hauls number 10. I hope that you enjoyed this. Let me know if you tried out any of these products in a comment down below. Thank you so much for watching. Please rate, comment, and subscribe, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye guys.